In 795 AD, the Viking Age arrived with terrifying force on the shores of Scotland. One of the first recorded Viking raids in Britain took place at the monastery of Iona. Over the following decades, dozens of raids and battles scarred the land, resulting in the plunder of people, cattle, and treasures. But while historical records give us glimpses of these events, can archaeology confirm the stories of these raids? Can we identify what was taken and how much? Today, we'll explore what the evidence tells us and uncover some surprising twists in the tale. Historical accounts, like the Irish Annals, document audacious Viking raids on Scottish monasteries and fortresses. These annual records, kept at religious centers, highlight events involving churches and royal patrons. Famous monasteries like Iona and Dunkeld appear repeatedly, but the story is far from complete. For example, in 878, the relics of St. Columba were transported to Ireland to escape Viking attacks. Yet there's no record of a specific raid in Scotland that year. Clearly, the chronicles don't tell the full story. Archaeological evidence of Viking raids is rare. The events of a single day are often buried in layers of soil that compress centuries of history. However, two early monasteries, Portmahomac and Whithorn, offer tantalizing clues. At Portmahomac, a 9th century destruction layer reveals a burnt workshop and shattered relief-carved crosses. Blade wounds found on buried individuals add to the grim picture. At Whithorn, a catastrophic fire consumed the timber church and a nearby stone chapel in the mid-9th century. While these sites hint at Viking violence, not all destruction can be attributed to them. Rival Christian groups also attacked churches, and accidental fires could devastate timber structures. However, the combination of evidence at Portmahomac suggests Viking involvement.
Some of the most compelling evidence for Viking raids comes from grave goods, objects looted from Christian sites, like shrine fittings, altar plates, and reliquaries, were repurposed as personal items in Scandinavian graves. On Oronsay, for example, fittings from a reliquary shrine were transformed into shoulder brooches buried with a woman. Similarly, vessels once used for holy water or wine were repurposed as grave goods on Ig, Colonsay, and Islay. One striking find is a gilt bronze disc from the Isle of Lewis, possibly the central fitting of a cross or shrine. Its purpose remains unclear, but its craftsmanship hints at ecclesiastical origins. Interestingly, such objects are often found in female graves. Why? Traditionally, many of these items were thought to symbolize bride wealth brought back by raiders. However, in Scotland, the loot might not have traveled far, suggesting it also served to display status or sacred power locally. Some pieces may have been exchanged as tribute or marriage gifts rather than looted, blurring the line between raiding and diplomacy.
In an age of uncertainty, hoards of precious metalwork reveal a society grappling with Viking raids. The St. Ninian's Isle hoard, buried around 800 AD, has been interpreted as a Pictish security deposit. Similarly, the Tulnotry hoard from Galloway contains Northumbrian silver, coins from as far as Baghdad, and lead weights, possibly linked to Viking traders or war bands. These hoards reflect the chaos of the time, a period of raiding, trading, and military plundering. Some objects, like a decorated lead weight inset with insular metalwork, show how looted materials were refashioned for practical use. Much of the material from Viking Age graves and hoards in Scotland is of insular, not Scandinavian origin. This mix of styles suggests that the Viking Age was not just about invasion, but also cultural exchange. Recent studies have challenged the notion of hoards as exclusively foreign. Instead, they reflect the emerging market economy of 9th century Britain and Ireland, accelerated by Viking activity. The ethnicity of those who buried these treasures remains uncertain. Hoards were composed of portable wealth, not tied to any one group.
The Viking raids on Scotland left a lasting impact, shaping its history and material culture, from looted relics to hidden hoards. These artifacts offer a window into a turbulent era, but they also remind us that history is rarely as simple as it seems. What do you think about the legacy of the Viking Age in Scotland? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more explorations of Scotland's fascinating history.